I bought that for like $6,500, 3 months, and I've paid off half the car already. We're not worried about Ubers, to be quite honest. It's not a threat to us. My car is past the 200K mark, but I've never had any major repairs to be done. I've always done preventive maintenance.
So around how much time does it take to pay off a car usually?
So it depends on the value of the car. If you do up to the like 5-6 grand range, it'll take you less than a year, like 7 months, 8 months. And if you're through the busy season, 6 months.
How much cars do you have right now?
At the moment, we have 11 active cars, and I have just got one personal car which I don't put on Turo.
How much money are you expecting to make this year?
The last year we almost hit
100K.
Almost. We were like very short of that. This year we're gonna pass that. This guy was on an active trip. He was just outside Montreal. He was by the highway and the wheel just flew off the car.
Hello and welcome to Also Over Everything podcast. This is a podcast where we receive stories, tips, and tactics to entrepreneurs who have done it. I'm Alex.
And I'm Cindy.
And today we have a special podcast for you. We're doing something a little different. We're here by the lake and we're gonna show you some cars because we're talking about Turo today. You know, a lot of people look at Turo as a good side hustle. So we're here with somebody who's done it. Zubin.
The big Zubin.
Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Thank you so much.
With all the whips.
Great. Thank you.
Sure.
So Zubin has a fleet of Turos. So we're gonna dive into his story and the journey of building a real business on Turo. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Could you give us a tour of the cars? Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we were talking about in the car, one of my cars came back just yesterday with some damage on it, and that's my prime earner, the Mercedes. Somebody actually was not careful, and they were trying to avoid a pedestrian, but they didn't see my car, so they scraped right into the side of the car, and they got the entire front door, rear quarter panel, and the rear bumper, and they scraped my rims also. So I took it for an estimate today and they marked it up and they said, okay, this is what needs to be done. So, and then they're like, this is too much work to repair, so we're just going to replace both your doors. So I got an estimate today for like $14,900 for
14K just to fix all this.
Just to fix one side, because they gotta pull off everything from this side. They gotta replace new doors, they gotta paint it, they gotta fix that. That's not replaceable, it's repairable, because otherwise they'll have to cut the whole quarter off. So it's quite a lot of work. So, and don't buy a Mercedes if you cannot afford these kind of builds, because
so is it just because it's a Mercedes that like
I believe so. Well, the door is not expensive in itself, so both the doors combined are 4K, and then the back bumper is not going to be replaced, so it's repaired. So most of it is labor if you really look at it, and it's a lot of labor because these cars are very complexly built. So to get to that, to access that quarter panel, they got to cut out from the underneath, then they got to re-put that back in. And it's a lot of work. Like he was telling me, it's like over 100 man hours. So they're going to charge you for all that stuff. So it's crazy amount of money that they're doing to fix this car. So
tell me about the Hyundai.
So Hyundai is my bread and butter.
Really?
I have 5 or 6 here. I can't even remember. I have so many Hyundais that I have trouble with the keys. So these are Hyundai keys. So yeah, you got to tag them and make sure that you don't mix them up. This was my car number 2, which I was talking about, which was $17,000 when I bought it. So yeah, but this one paid itself off. It's on its 3rd round. It's almost done paying itself off for the 3rd time. So I mean, it's paid itself off once, obviously, and then 2 more times. It's on the 2nd round. So we offer a lot of extras. We offer child seats is one of our main ones, which gets booked. We only charge like $20 for the whole trip. So you can book a child seat. We offer 2 age groups, smaller children, which is like 3 to 5, and then 6 to 8 is for the booster seats. So we have 2 kinds of seats. So this one has currently the smaller age group. We have another one in the other car for the little bit bigger age group. But yeah, so these go out quite a bit, and I find myself having to buy a child seat or 2 every season because I get a booking and I'm out of them.
What's your highest income producing car?
Highest income producing car is the Mercedes, because it goes out the least but it brings in the most. You know, I love those kind of cars, but the problem is it only does it certain times in the year. So from I'd say April till October, December also, like November is dead, but till October and then December, these are very busy. The vans do really well. The vans do extremely well because 7-seater, you can afford to charge a little bit more because sometimes it's a group of friends and they just split the cost. So it works out to like 10 bucks a person or 15 bucks a person. They don't mind paying 105 bucks a day for, you know, for 7 people. So it makes a lot of sense to rent a van for 7 people. And there's 7 full-size adults can get in there and no problem. I sit in the last row, I'm comfortable, I spread out, I'm 6 foot, no problem at all.
Wow.
This car is brand new. We just got this last month. Seeing the success story. This is way too loaded for the trim it is. This is the same trim as this, but it can drive itself basically. It's that much features that it has, and it's at a good price point. This was what I'd say 26K. So plus the tax and all that stuff. So it's a reasonable car to buy. Once you're established, let me reiterate. Once you're established, do not buy this as your first car because you will wipe yourself out. Right, so I would buy this as maybe the 7th or 8th car. So this was my first new car in the fleet. I've never bought a new car. So this is my first new car. Number 11 was the new car. So like after 10, let's try something new, you know. It is working out well. It just came back for a day, so you guys get to see it. So it came back yesterday and it's going tomorrow. So we just had it for the podcast. The timing was impeccable. Yeah, so it is really busy, this car. It's already, I've had it a month and it's done about 5,000 kilometers. So that is what you're gonna want to cringe for because your new car will start getting miles on it really quick. So for me, it's a business expense. I can write off those miles. I can write off the taxes on it. You know, all those things are business expenses. So if the car depreciates, I get the depreciation back at the end of the year when I file my taxes. So I get a portion of it really. So it makes a lot of sense if you're doing it, like I said, as a business. If you're doing it personally, do not get a new car. And if you get a new car, do not put it on Turo. So because you're going to lose miles personally, no one is going to reimburse you for that. You're going to pay the tax on it. No one's going to reimburse you for that. Your new car is going to get trashed very soon. And no one's going to reimburse you for that. So you know you gotta be super careful with the new cars. I'm just trying it out because I see my competition getting newer vehicles. So I want to see if I can dip my toe into the pond and see if it's really warm as they say, or is it ice cold, and I might want to get rid of it. So it's a test, and what better thing to do a test with a tried and tested formula? You know, it's a success story for me.
So Zubin, can you see this replacing your full-time income as a?
Very soon. I'm trying to get it to a point where I don't need to work because it's difficult to juggle 2 things. I am heavily reliant on my family. Blessed to have them, my wife and my family both. It's good to have them, but I don't want to put everything on their shoulders because even though they are helping me out, I want to do it all myself. And you know, so the dream is ultimately to have have some sort of an establishment, a proper establishment where I can have all the cars under one roof and maintain them myself. If there's any work needed to be done, do it myself, and then rent it out from there. That is the ultimate. When I get there, I think this will replace my full-time income because it is getting to that point very soon. I do like my full-time income because it's an income nonetheless, so it's a safety net. But I think to scale up, you have to risk something, and if you don't risk anything, then why are you doing business at all? You know, it makes no sense to risk nothing and get into business.
Exactly. Defeats the purpose.
Defeats the purpose, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to see my first car, the one which I bought, which is still on my fleet, so that's the 2013 Outlander. This was the car I couldn't afford, but I still kept.
This is the car you got, the first one?
This is the first.
You were tripping.
Yeah, so this one, and I wanted to do Uber with it. So I mean, that was kind of crazy, but yeah, this car has pretty much no damage on it ever. It has done 160 trips now, maybe more. I have to check the count.
And you profited twice, right?
Twice.
3 times.
Yeah, this was 45 grand. This is 45 grand over 3.5, 4 years. Yeah, 4 years.
It's very rare to hear like cars actually giving you money.
Exactly, right? Because it's supposed to be a tank. Depreciating. So I just converted what I had. If you're buying a car personally, yes, it's a depreciating thing. There's no doubt about it. I'd rather put my money in property if I had more to spare. But for me, these earned me the next cars. Like all these cars came from this one car. So that's why I owe it all to this car, and I'm never going to sell this car. So I mean, I'll drive it into the ground and rebuild it, whatever, but I'll never sell this car. So
did you ever see yourself like doing this?
No, I did not expect myself to get this big into it. I had other aspirations. By trade, I'm an engineer, so I just veered right off, you know. So that's not the general course you're supposed to take, but I took some minor courses in business, and my parents are from a business background, so like everything just fell into place. And then when I started doing this as a business and detaching myself from the cars, you know, saying that it's just a piece of metal, like, you know, if it gets damaged, it gets damaged. So, you know, that's when I started scaling up and realizing, okay, this is for me, this is what I want to do, and it makes me happy. I love cars, this is my thing, so you know, it's something I love doing. Yeah.
So let's take some time now, sit down in the car, and have a full conversation.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, so Zubin, what made you get started in Turo?
Yeah, man.
So I started back in 2018.
Okay.
I bought a car and I was working a minimum wage job, and I bought this car that I couldn't afford. So I bought it on payments. Like I got really badly rogered on the deal because it was like 5.99%
You got finessed on the deal, eh?
Oh yeah, they're like, this is the best thing for you, and I was like, yep, sure.
Yeah.
You know, hand it to me. And I took the deal, and I got insurance on the car, everything, all like the all the due diligence you're supposed to do, and I got started. And I just immediately realized I couldn't afford the car. Like working the job I was working, I could not pay for the car. So I was like, either I get rid of the car, or B, I find something that I can make money with the car. And I kind of liked option B because I got to keep a car that way. But option B was there were two options. Either I rent it out or I drive Uber, and I was not about to let like people other than myself in the backseat of the car and you know, driving people around. I wasn't cut out for chauffeuring. So I said, you know what, let's try it out. I listed the car on Turo. I'd heard of Turo through these, I watch a lot of YouTube, so I found Turo off of there. Someone had recommended it, and I said, let's try it out. And I put it on the first week of I would say August, and I got a booking for first week of September. I let it go for a weekend, and I was like, yep, okay, $180. That's not bad for 2 days. And that was like a half of my monthly payment on the car. So I was like, wow, that's easy. So I put it another weekend on, and then it went again the next weekend, like 2 weekends in a row. So I made like $400, and that was my car payment. So, and then I did another weekend, and it paid off my insurance. I was like, this is amazing, like, you know. So 2 weekends for the car payment, 1 weekend for the insurance. The fourth weekend I want to drive it myself, so that's okay. But after a certain point, I had to travel for work also. I got a better job. I started working more hours, and I had to travel a bit, so I needed the car. And the problem was it was getting booked when I needed it. So to optimize my earnings, I tried to keep it open as much as possible, but then I was like, do I need it more for work, or should I let it go? And I was hit with the dilemma, you know. And slowly it was paying for itself, but you know, it was a catch-22 situation.
What kind of car did you have? Like,
the first car, I got the Mitsubishi Outlander. It was a $15,000 car when I bought it.
Go big or go home, eh?
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, for its time, it was like super. It was the top of the line version. I went to 5 lots before I found this one, and I was like, yeah, I need this one. So you know, it was really my dream car, which I wanted to get, and I got it. But of course, you know the rest. So started working. So Turo and the work, I somehow managed to do them both together. I would coordinate it. I'd keep the car blocked off for the weekdays when I needed it, and the weekends it would go out. So you know, I kind of started paying the car off, and then I realized that I was making money faster than I was paying my loan. So I said, you know what, why not just make a lump sum payment? And so in, I think, 6 months time, I paid off the whole car. Like with Turo and my work together, I paid off the car like entirely. Like I'd put $5,000 down, and then I'd finance $10,000. So I paid it off in about 6-7 months. So then I said, okay, you know what, this car is paid off. At that same time, my parents were coming to visit me. I was like, you know, if this car is going to be out, let's get a second car and we drive that and let this go out all the time. Or vice versa, we let that car go out. We were going to see which one is going to do better and then let that one go more. So I bought a Hyundai Elantra 2017.
How much did you buy for it?
That one was the most expensive car at that time that I bought, was 17.5. With taxes and all in. Like it was 14 something, and with taxes it was like almost 17. Almost 17. So that one I bought cash down because I had the cash at that time, because I was earning like hand over fist just with one car.
Wow.
And it was doing really well, and I was working a full-time job. My pay had got much better than minimum wage, obviously.
Of course.
So the full-time job and that together, I just paid off the car, and I had a little kitty. I was like, you know what, I didn't want to drive that car as much as, you know, it was being driven. So I was like, let's get a Hyundai Elantra. I heard a lot of good things. That was my option B when I went to buy the Mitsubishi. So I bought that cash down, put it on Turo. I was like, okay, let's make some money while it's sitting around. So that one was getting booked 7 days a week. Like that one was like, people were booking it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like I was getting week-long bookings for that car. Mitsubishi is more of a recreational vehicle. People rent it out to go out of the town, or
like trekking,
or they're going for camping. Or they got like luggage, basically luggage.
Yeah.
They're hauling luggage. So that was more of a weekend kind of a thing for the Mitsubishi, and the Elantra was like just fulfilled that void of the weekday bookings. So you know, it was insane to see that car going 7 days a week. I barely got to see the car the first month because I put it on Turo and I got bookings the first day for a week. Then I got it before it even came back, it had the second booking ready to go. And this was all while I was living in downtown. I had 2 cars in downtown, and that was like nuts.
And your Mitsubishi, right? Like, just so I don't lose my track there. Is it now profitable? You know, you bought for $15K and now you had it for some time.
That car has paid itself off 3 times.
3 times, eh? So you've yielded more money from the
so that car's earned
Mitsubishi.
me like over 4 years now, 45 grand. That car's paid me 45 grand. So 15 grand for the first payment, and then twice more's work for itself.
And like, what's the mileage left on it now?
Oh, it can keep going. My car's in top shape. So the beauty of Turo is you do have to list your cars that are under 200K. So my car was way under 200K when I listed it. The model year has to be 12 years, not more than 12 years old from the date you're listing it. So if it's 2023, it has to be 2011. So at that time, this was well in the limit. And they get grandfathered into the, as long as you keep your car in top shape, you can go past the 200K mark as long as you've been listed on Turo. As soon as you unlist it, you cannot relist it, right? So it's my car is past the 200K mark, but I've never had any major repairs to be done. I've always done preventive maintenance. I know that the cycle is coming up for certain things. I get them done way in advance before I have a guest calling me, hey, I'm at the side of the road, the car's like, just broken down on me, and I don't want that. That first gives a negative experience, and ratings are everything in this business. So if I get a 1, 3-star, 4, even a 4-star review hurts me. So so far I think 90% of my reviews or 95% of my reviews are 5 stars. There are occasional things which are out of my control. Even though you may do everything, a tire may go out. What can you do then? So you gotta adapt and just be on top of your game. You gotta adapt for every situation that can throw itself at you.
No, I just heard a tire might go out, so we're gonna talk about that for sure.
Yes.
But before you get to that, I want to make sure you give them the information they need. So you said 12 years is the maximum
time. Yes. So
under 200 mileage.
200K is the maximum you can list a car at. So that means it has to be 199,999.
Yeah.
So that's the most mileage you can put a car on Turo for the first time listing it. After that, if you unlist it and it goes past the 200K mark, then they'll not allow you to list it.
So somebody wants to get into their first Turo, right? They need under 200, and the car needs to be at least 12 years.
It has to be newer than 12 years from the date you're listing it. So if it's a 2023 year that you're listing the car, your car cannot be older than 2011. It doesn't matter the date, but the year, the model year, which is associated with the VIN number of the car, that has to show that it's a 2011. If it by chance shows that it's a 2010, even though it was bought in 2011 or something like that, like old stock and all that, it'll not work because the model year is 2010. So that's out of question.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the show. We have some amazing merch live on our website right now. My personal favorite is the Definition tee. You can go find it in the link below. And if you don't like that, you can explore some other products on our website. Walk us through the pricing of a tour, right? So you have like 5 cars here, right?
Right.
How do you price each car, and how much does Turo take from their cut of the
Right, that's actually an excellent question because I get this asked all the time. The pricing of the car is very seasonal. Like if it's peak season, which we're heading towards right now, which are actually in peak season, it's sky high. So I take my hints from my competitors, which is Enterprise, Budget. I even look at other Turo hosts in the area or in downtown because downtown is like a stone's throw from me, and I want to compete with them also. Yeah. So I try to keep my rates either equal to or just slightly undercut them so that I can take their clients home. It's whoever gets the most bookings is the winner. So that's how I try to price my cars. Of course, each category has a price range, and of course Turo sets a minimum limit. So you cannot, like for example, from a 2017 Mercedes, I cannot list it less than $100 a day, even if I want to be more competitive. So for example, if Enterprise lists their car at $90 a day, I can't compete with them because I got $100 limit, and that's a cap. They don't allow you.
Because if you do it, you're messing up the entire market.
Right.
Because you're devaluing like what other people's cars
exactly
are.
And not only that, it's not worthwhile for me also to do that. Like I have to have a threshold, and they've already decided that for you. Like it's $100 a day for that car. So there are certain limits for each car. Every car has a minimum limit which you cannot go below, but usually I am mostly above that because in peak season we are getting booked left, right and center. Like I've had my cheapest car, which is the Suzuki Kizashi, go at like $90 a day, and it got booked. Like just because people want to book it and they need a car and it's peak season, you can't find find anything else. Enterprise, Budget, Hertz, Avis, they're all booked, like fully booked. They don't have cars on their lot.
Yeah.
And also, well, now I think they've recovered, but last year we were dealing with the car shortage, the new car shortage. So that was like so much in our favor. We were getting fully booked through weekdays. Like that means the Mitsubishi, which is a weekend car, the vans, which are weekend cars, they were getting booked like through and through. I was walking to work because thank God I worked like 5-10 minutes away from my house. So I was walking to work, which was putting a smile on my face. You know, I was happy tapping my TTC card. So, you know, it's
Being a regular civilian.
yeah, that you know, that TTC card was sounding to me like cha-ching every time I tapped it, because that means I don't have cars to rent out. That means everything is on the road making me money.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's kind of,
You know, you bring up something interesting, like the current demand of cars. Because I think what's happened now, where we're at in society, is Uber has taken over as the standard travel with TTC. So there's a huge swath of people that are consistently using Ubers, but now the prices is going higher and higher.
Yeah.
So it's actually more economical to rent out a car for a weekend, for 2 days.
Let me ask you this: Would you rent a car for $50 or $60 a day, or pay that much for an Uber for just one trip?
Yeah, like there and back. Like imagine coming to the pod
like
and
let's
going
say
back.
let's say you came here and you went back, you spent about $45-$50 on the trip, 25 each way. You could have my car for 24 hours for that much.
Yeah.
Okay, add the insurance, because there's a risk to everything. So add the insurance.
It's like $25.
So yeah, let's say $70. So you get the car for the whole day. You can do multiple trips. What's gas? $15, $16 at most. Like if you're driving the whole day.
Yeah.
So you know, it makes more sense. Like Uber is, there's a niche category of people who want to use Uber. They do maybe once a week. They're traveling somewhere and they cannot justify a car. They're traveling short distances. Like for me, I love to do Uber if I'm traveling within downtown. Like, you know, I don't want to walk and there's no proper TTC connection, because I know I have to take 3 transfers to get there. Uber cost me $11. Yes, that makes sense. But if I'm going from downtown to Oshawa, I'm not gonna take the GO train. No. That's like how much is it? I don't even know.
The GO train
$17?
No, it's like it's like $9.
$9. So each way $9, that's $18 from downtown each way. So yeah, it adds up. Like, you know, one trip I could add another $20-$30 and I could have the car the whole day. So it makes sense for those people who need the car for other errands. If you're just doing that trip, yes, okay, I agree. But yeah, it's Uber. We're not worried about Uber. To be quite honest, it's not a threat to us.
No, I'm just saying that the demand has switched, and that's why there's such a high demand. For Turo right now.
Yes,
true. You know, so let's talk about. So we've talked about how much you need to get in. You know, you can get a car for maybe like $5,000.
You could start with the car as low as $5,000, and that's what we did with our 2011 Suzuki Kizashi. It's a discontinued car, so that was like perfect for me, because discontinued cars lose their value almost immediately. So I bought that for like $6,500, and it's been on the platform since early April. So that's full April, full May, and we're ending in June now. So that means that's 3 months, and I've paid off half the car already.
Wow.
So every month I made $1,200 on that car. So that's $3,600. So I've done more than half. I've done 60% of the value of the car.
Wow.
And then not to forget that there's tax on the car, but as a business owner, I do get a certain amount refunded back because I spend on HST and all that. So that you can remove that, so it puts it about 5.5, maybe 5.4 is what I would end up owning the car for. And it's already made $3,600.
So around how much time does it take to pay off a car usually?
So it depends on the value of the car. I would say if you do up to the like 5-6 grand range, it'll take you less than a year, like 7 months, 8 months if you're like really slow, and if you're through the busy season, 6 months. If you go every 5 grand adds about 6 months. So from there, if you jump to 10 grand, you'll take a year or a little bit more or less. If you jump to 15 grand, it'll take you a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And if you jump to 20 grand, it'll take you about 2 years, pretty much 2 years to pay it off.
This podcast is brought to you by Nyorai Cellars. If you didn't know, Nyorai Cellars is the only Black-owned wine company in Canada. Right now, I'm holding the Rosé, the 2021 Rosé bottle. This drink is amazing. I mean, it's perfect for those dishes such as seafood, where you're cooking shrimp, you're having some pasta, whatever it is you're having. Grab a bottle of Nyorai Cellars, the Rosé. If you're having a date night with your significant other, you know what to grab. Grab the Nyorai. Whatever it is, grab the Nyorai. I mean, you will not go wrong with this wine. It's perfect for everybody. If you've never drank wine, this is a great bottle for you. Or even if you're a wine expert, you're an aficionado and you drink everything, I mean, you cannot go in Nyorai. I'm telling you, this wine is really, really good. And even though I'm boosting it this hard, is because I really love drinking it, and I'm someone who loves to drink wine. So whatever it is, whatever the special occasion, check on your ride. They have Sauvignon Blancs, they have Rieslings. I'm holding the Rosé right now. They have a wide variety of different collections of different wines you can choose from. Make sure to check them out. The link is going to be in the description. Check them out, order a crate for yourself, or you can send a gift to someone that you want to gift some wine to. You can't go wrong with that. So in your rye sellers, check them out. Link will be in the description. And now back to the show.
So we didn't establish it, so I'll probably cut this and put it in the front. How much cars do you have right now?
At the moment, we have 11 active cars, and I have just got one personal car which I don't put on Turo. That's like a more of a project car, passion project. So
got you.
That's yeah, we have 11 cars and we are trying to get to 20 by the end of this year. The market is up and down. Like we saw slow season in March when it should have been picking up, but when we went crazy this month, and we've surpassed all records. This is the best June I've had by far,
wow.
like for any year. So it's kind of working out well for us, but let's see.
How much money are you expecting to make this year?
This year, the last year we almost hit 100K. Almost. We were like very short of that. This year we're going to pass that, I'm pretty sure. Like the way it's looking, I'm hoping for maybe 100, 120 if the market keeps going up like the way it's going, because we did get a dip in March and April where business was even less than last year with more cars, but it just bounced right back in June. I think just people were waiting for the summer, and the summer is still not really here. If you look at it, the temperatures are still low, so that it really affects our business, because if it's cold you don't want to sit on the beach. You know, if it's cold you don't want to go out camping, so people sit at home. But now it's getting warmer in the day, so we suddenly saw this huge boost in demand, and like today's the last day. I've got 5 cars out for you, but this is the last day we can do 5 cars, because starting tomorrow I may not have a car. I may not have a car at all.
So with the 11 cars, right, 100K last year.
No, with last year was with 8 cars we did.
8 cars.
Yeah.
So out of that 100K, how much was it? How much of it was profit, and then how much of
Expenses.
it was expenses going to maintenance, repairs?
Last year we were very heavy with maintenance. I had so we had an incident with one of our vans, not this one but another one. The wheel fell off the car. So I just bought this van and we bought it off an auction. It was an ex-Government of Canada vehicle which was owned by Statistics Canada, and they would do all the maintenance. So everything was checked, but somehow someone over tightened the lugs for the front passenger side wheel, and this guy was on an active trip. He was just outside Montreal. He was by the highway which gets onto the 401 from Ottawa, and the wheel just flew off the car, and he thought he had
he's just on the highway.
He's just on the highway
on
like 100, 110.
Wow.
And he's thank God he's in the right lane. He's in the slow lane. So the wheel just came right off, and he thought he had a flat. So he pulled over on the side, went out to check. There's no wheel.
When you said it flew off, like you're saying, like it
the
got
wheel
off,
flew
it got
off.
anyway.
Yeah,
and it was actually
it was rolling,
tumbling
down. So his car had enough speed to pull over to the side. The wheel just slowed down and fell like way back there. So when he pulled over, he checked there's no wheel. So then
So how's he driving with like and the thing is
it
tilted?
He was exactly. He thought it was a flat tire, because these are thick tires for the van, so they just go down like if it gets an immediate puncture.
Yeah.
So he thought that's what happened, and I wouldn't blame him for thinking that. So anyways, so he pulled over to the side, and this wheel is like maybe about 300 meters behind the car, in the middle of the road. So it's a hazard. So he went and pulled the wheel off the road first, and then he calls me up, and I'm in like this is a Saturday morning. I'm still in bed. So I get a call like, hey, how are you? I was like, good. And when a customer calls you in the middle of a trip, it's bad news. It's most likely bad news.
Sign.
So you see that
or
phone
they
call,
can't
you're
figure
like,
out how to drive the car. Like
shit.
something is wrong. Like I don't know how to open the trunk or whatever.
Yeah.
But more often than not, it's bad news. So he called me up and he's like, hey, are you free? I was like, yeah. So he's like, yeah, I have something to tell you. I'm like, okay, buddy, lay it on me. Like I know what's coming. So I was like, what happened? So he's like, the wheel came off the car, and I'm shocked. Like wheel came off? Like, it's never ever happened. I checked the wheels like 10 times before I let the car out. But this car, somehow it slipped and it came off. And in this situation, it's considered mechanical damage, and it's not his fault. So I had to pay out of pocket. We got his car towed. Luckily, there was a Dodge dealership like 15-20 minutes from where he broke down. So he got it on a flatbed. We got it to the Dodge dealership. Thanks to them, and these guys were like pros. They got the car in at about I think noon, and they had them on their way by 5 p.m. So they were driving back to Toronto at 5 p.m. So they made it in Toronto Toronto by 8 or 9 p.m. So they were still pretty much on schedule, just 4 hours delay, and the car came back with a dented fender, which I got replaced. Like that was about all the body damage we had. But it goes to show that you have to check your vehicles no matter what, because it's the safety of other people. And it could have gone much worse. The customer was very understanding, and I mean, $2,000, I'll take that any day over getting sued. You know,
or accident, his
life. Or exactly,
Yeah.
worse. Like, it's worse. So at the end of the day, you gotta maintain your vehicles. The bigger the fleet, the more work it is, the more time you have to dedicate to it. But it is a must.
Yeah.
It's like 100%. You cannot let your fleet deteriorate, because that's just becoming a safety issue at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of the major incidents we had last year, and that costed me a lot of money. So that $2,000 one shot ate into my profits for September. This happened in September, so September was like minus $2,000 or whatever I made. So it's not favorable, but then you learn with these experiences. So now I check the lug nuts every time the tires are changed. I torque them down. You got to torque them down. You can't just tighten them and say, hey, it'll be okay. You got to torque them down. There's a torque spec for each lug nut, so you got to check it. But yeah, like these are things you learn by just experiencing them. There's no way I could have foreseen this one. So
Yeah, man. I was gonna say that when we took a trip to Philly, and we usually use a Turo to travel, and one of the guys, so Alex, he's the one who books the cars or whatever, and we're trying to like open the back trunk to get our stuff out of it. Did you open it first, or did you realize it till later that we couldn't open it after?
It wasn't till later. We were in the trip. No. So it wasn't until we were about to leave.
Yeah.
So I actually pulled up to Owen's place.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right, let's pack up the suitcases so we can leave.
And the
Because you put your stuff already. Like,
Because I just quickly just threw my stuff in the front, because I'm like, all right, I'm going to drive to Owen and I'm going to throw it in the back. So I'm there to
pick him up,
pick his stuff up, and I'm waiting, and I'm like,
then the trunk's not opening.
trunk's not opening.
This is really funny.
Yeah.
The Suzuki you rented from me.
Yeah.
The trunk light just failed. Like
Really?
2 days ago. I ordered the part. It's on its way. But this is the thing about discontinued cars.
Yeah.
Parts are tough to find. So I found a salvage yard who had the part in stock. So they're shipping it from, I don't know, Massachusetts. So it's coming tomorrow, and I got to change it. Like it's out on a trip. I asked the guy, like, do you really need the trunk? He's like, no, I'm just going for a work trip there and back. He's like, I'll manage without the trunk. So I gave him a bit of break on the price. But I can't do anything. It's an unforeseen circumstance. Like I didn't know that it was gonna fail. These are not things that you can prevent.
And that's one thing I appreciate about you, is that you would do that if something happens to a car that you were unaware of.
Yeah.
But this guy knew.
This guy knew?
He knew.
Oh my God. That's sliminess.
We should be able to penalize the driver too. Like bro, you didn't tell us.
Exactly. Like I like to be transparent. Like as soon as he booked the trip, I approved the trip, but I was ready to cancel it had he said no, I need the trunk, or I would have moved him to another vehicle. You got to take care of your customer if you want the repeat business. So a lot of my customers are actually repeat customers, if you believe. So I think more than 50% is repeat business. More than 50%. Like, so if you see my trips now, we're closing 1,000 trips now. We're almost at 1,000. I'd say easily over 500 are just repeat people coming back to me. And
that's actually how we met.
That's how we met. Yeah. You rented from me the first time.
Yep.
And then you booked the Ford Fusion, and then you came back and you asked for I didn't have the Fusion when you wanted it, and it's still out. So
The Ford Fusion, the one you drove to the studio that one time.
Yes.
I was like, yo, Al.
What in the Ford Fusion? I was like, I need to get around. You know what I'm saying?
Ford Fusion.
Yeah, that's a big car. That's a full size sedan. So, and that's a big engine also. So it's kind of a gas guzzler, but I mean it's a Ford. What can you say? Like, it's Fords are reliable. I find them reliable. People don't agree with me, but I mean, to each his own.
Most definitely. Now, I gotta ask this question. Sorry. One thing that people think is that Turos are passive income. Let's debunk this right now.
Okay.
So it's a lot of management.
It is a lot of management. The question comes back to the person who's gonna start this venture. Do you really want to make money, or you're just doing it to like substitute a car payment? If you're doing it to substitute a car payment, yes, it's passive income. But if you're doing it as a business, you want to make some real money. You want to have a fleet that's bigger. You want to scale up. You have dreams and aspirations with Turo. Then it's not passive by any means. You gotta be on top of your game. You have to wash the cars every time they come back. You gotta keep your cars in top condition mechanically, body wise. We've had incidents with the car. I cannot let a car go out if it's damaged. We're going to show you later. I got some damage on my Mercedes just yesterday actually, and yeah, I cannot let it go out for the next 3 weeks now, and I'm losing money on that just because somebody hit the car. So it has to be in top mechanical shape. The body has to have like no major dings or dents, like, you know, like I've got 3 panels damaged on that car, so I can't let it go. Like, it's, and people rent that car because they want to be flashy, they need the badge. So if you're driving around a dented Mercedes, that's not going to look good. So I would rather...
You're losing points.
You're losing points. I'm going to get a bad review
flex.
at the end of the day.
I
don't want a bad review.
Bends.
That's like number one. I'd rather lose the money than get a bad review, because bad review will cost me more money in the long run. So I'd rather just let it sit or use it myself, because it's still drivable, but it's still damaged. So yeah, it's you have to be on top of your game. You have to make sure you have to do a monthly inspection of your cars. You know, stuff like tires. You got to check your tires. You know, tires. I know like 3 of my cars together, the tires went up, so I had to go and buy a set of 12 tires for all of them together. You know, it's one thing or the other, but you have to be on top of your game. Managing a schedule with 11 cars is not easy. You know, you have 2 cars going out at 10 a.m. and you got 1 going from the airport, 1 going from home. What are you gonna do? So you know, you need. I have a team, thank God. Like, my parents help me out. My wife helps me out. My wife is like, she helps me out through everything. Like, she's like, if she wasn't there, I could not have scaled up this much. Like, she handles communication, she handles trip approvals, trip requests, damage claims, all that stuff is her. Like, I'm feeling kind of like, you know, it feels incomplete because she should have been here to help out with the podcast, but I mean, she's back home enjoying, so she needs time off, much deserved. So
shout out to the wife.
Yes,
shout out to the
definitely,
business,
definitely, because she's got me here today, you know. So yeah, it's 100% that you need an extra person if you're gonna scale up.
You know, shout out to the family.
Yes,
you know, the family did a lot. As work was wrapping up, what questions do you have for somebody trying to get into Turo?
That's a good question. So I would say someone who wants to get into Turo and do it seriously, try to collect enough money to at least buy your first car. You know, it doesn't have to be a $15,000 car. Don't make that mistake that I did. I would have scaled much faster had I got a cheaper car. But try to start off with a small car, like $6 grand, $7 grand, at most $8 grand, so that your return on investment is faster. So you see that money come back faster. Right? You don't want to go and buy a $30,000 car and say, hey, I'm going to earn this back in 3 years, hunky-dory. You know, it's not going to work like that, because it'll take you longer to recover your initial investment. So I'd say start small, and try not to leverage the bank's money. Use your own money, because if you start out by financing a car, you're just paying the bank basically. You're not taking anything home. All the money that comes goes into, like, that's how it happened with my Mitsubishi. So I just, from learning that, I'd say I would have wanted to start off with the Suzuki, something like that, like, you know, which is like $6,500–7,000, and that would have made me the money much faster. I would have bought 3 cars in the same time as I bought 2. So yeah, just collect a little bit of money, put it in, and it's easy, because if you see your business not doing well, you can always pull that money out by selling the car. The market is great right now for used cars, so you can certify your car and sell it, and you'll probably make pretty much the same what you bought it for. So if you have any issues with cars, that's what I do. If I see a car not performing and it comes in, because I try to negotiate the hell out of my cars, like they go as low as possible, but when I sell it, I try to go as high as possible. That's how even dealers do it. So I just try to maximize my gap so that I can make the most profit in between. So if I see a car sitting, it goes, it just gets sold. But yeah, it's start small, and don't buy your second car till you've paid off the first one. So because if I know you have $7,000 in your bank, you bought the first car, it's paying off now. Yes, the $7,000 still went from your bank account, so you have to recover that first before you can start making money towards the second car. So you know, it's don't start putting money aside and saying, hey, this is for the second car. No, you got to recover your $7,000 that you invested. It's an investment. It's not something you bought, you know, and then, you know, you're using it. It's an investment. So yeah, start small, buy your second car only when the first one is paid off entirely.
Amazing. With that being said, that wraps up the episode. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ono Sinde.
The hustle is what you can't control, so control your grind and control your life.
Peace.
Thank you so much for checking out this episode. Make sure you visit hustleovereverything.co and cop some fire merch that we have in the store, and then we'll see you in the next episode.